Shaken, not stirred. Jamila is a bartender at a popular Brooklyn restaurant. She's been with the restaurant for a month and is hoping to be scheduled during the popular Friday and Saturday night shifts. Her manager, Jason, creates the shift schedule. She tells him she feels confident in her position and that she knows the restaurant patrons well enough to be scheduled for the high-tipping weekend shifts. He tells her, "We'll see. We have a lot of qualified bartenders." A week later, Jamila and Jason are closing after a Wednesday night shift. Jason pours them both a shot of tequila, asks Jamila to join him at the bar, and tells her that he hopes he'll be able to give her some weekend shifts. He tells her that some other bartenders have been with the restaurant longer, but she's the one he wants. Jason places his hand on Jamila's knee and encourages her to drink the tequila. Jamila quickly takes the shot before jumping off the bar stool and finishing her closing tasks. True or false? Jason's behavior could be harassment of Jamila. If you answered true, you are correct. Jason's behavior as Jamila's boss is inappropriate, and Jamila should feel free to report the behavior if it made her uncomfortable. Jason's behavior at this point may or may not constitute quid pro quo harassment. Jason has made no promise or threat to Jamila that he will handle her shift schedule differently based on how she responds to his advances. However, his discussion of shifts while making what could be seen as a sexual advance might be considered potentially coercive. If Jason continues to make advances, even if he never makes or carries out any threat or promise about job benefits, this could create a hostile environment for Jamila, for which the restaurant owner could be strictly liable because Jason is her supervisor. After a week of continuing to receive less desirable shifts, Jamila asks Jason again if he would schedule her for a Friday or Saturday night. He says that he's not sure, but there's still time for her to make it worth his while. He then asks her to come home with him after work that night. Jamila, who really needs the extra cash a Saturday night shift will bring in tips, decides to go home with Jason. Almost every week, they go out at Jason's insistence and engage in sexual activity. Jason begins scheduling Jamila for Friday and Saturday evenings. Jamila does not want to be in a relationship with Jason and is only going out with him because she believes that he will change her schedule away from the busier shifts. True or false? Jamila cannot complain of harassment because she voluntarily engaged in sexual activity with Jason. If you answered false, you are correct. Because the sexual activity is unwelcomed by Jamila, she is a target of sexual harassment. Equally, if she had refused Jason's advances, she would still be a target of sexual harassment. The offer to Jamila to trade job benefits for sexual favors by someone with authority over her in the workplace is quid pro quo sexual harassment, and the employer, in this case the restaurant owner, is exposed to liability because of its manager's actions. Can Jamila complain of harassment if she got the shifts she wanted? Yes, Jamila can be sexually harassed, even if she receives a benefit. After several months, during which she believes she has proven herself an asset during the weekend rush, Jamila breaks off the sexual activities with Jason. He immediately changes her schedule and places her in less desirable shifts with fewer customers and lower tips. True or false? It is now too late for Jamila to complain. Her relationship with Jason was consensual, so there is no proof she is receiving less favorable shifts due to the breakup. False. Jason's conduct constitutes quid pro quo sexual harassment. Whether or not Jamila accepts and benefits from or rejects and is harmed by it is irrelevant. Sex stereotyping equals gender discrimination. Sex stereotyping is a form of gender discrimination. Sex stereotyping occurs when someone's conduct or personality traits are judged based on other people's ideas or perceptions about how individuals of a particular sex should act or look. Harassing a person because that person's gender expression does not conform to gender stereotypes such as appropriate looks, speech, personality, or lifestyle is sexual harassment. Harassment because someone is performing a job that is usually performed or was performed in the past, mostly by persons of a different sex, is gender discrimination. Finally, assigning work tasks based on traditionally gendered roles, such as placing a woman in charge of refreshments or a man in charge of moving boxes, is gender discrimination.